Hello and welcome to this, the latest in our series of webinars with Zurich Municipal on the subject of risk management and other insurance matters. My name is Ed Dorrell and I'm Features and Comment Editor here at the Times Educational Supplement. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Toombs, who's Head of Education at Zurich Municipal, and we're going to be talking about the subject of protecting your school during the summer holidays. Paul, August and the beginning of September are a particularly difficult time for protecting your school, especially with a high number of occasions of theft, vandalism and arson. Could you tell us a little bit more about how schools can protect themselves?
Thanks, Ed. Historically, there has been an increase, significant increase in incidents of theft, vandalism and arson during the summer holidays and also the start of the autumn term. And commonly, these incidents actually are crimes of opportunity rather than actually being pre-planned. I mean, schools should really think about developing a pre-holiday checklist and then going through and using that to ensure that certain activities are completed prior to the start of the holidays. Simple things like ensuring that valuable equipment is actually secured away and actually out of sight. And also taking action in advance can prevent incidents from happening in the first place. So things like ensuring that the perimeter fencing has no holes for intruders to access the site can prevent intruders from being on there when they're not supposed to be.
So quite a lot of common sense involved.
Yes, there is, yes.
In your experience, are there areas within the school that are higher risk than others?
From an operational perspective, the incidents that cause the greatest impact to teaching and learning are fire, flood and escape of water. And these are also the incidents that can cause the greatest amount of damage to buildings and contents. But if we take fire, for example, there are some practical things that can be done to sort of minimise this risk. So as I briefly mentioned, ensuring that the site is secure, so ensuring that there are no ways for people to easily access the site through the fences or where any gates being unlocked, but also being able to discourage people from accessing the site, so things like CCTV. And then if people were to get onto the site, ensuring that if there is any sort of waste material, any bins, anything that can be combustible, that could then set light to the main building, so that they're stored a sort of significant distance away from the building.
And what can be done to reduce the risk?
Well, there's some real practical actions that can be done. So I've talked about sort of a pre-holiday checklist, and this would be important. So one of the key things again is making sure that people can't access the site in the first place. So making sure that the fences and gates are secure and locked where they can be. Making sure that if there's any lighting in the school, that the bulbs have been repaired, replaced if needs be.
Sensible.
In terms of fire alarms, to check to make sure that's working and fully operational before the school holidays. Making sure that if there are any waste bins on site, they are secure and they're at least 8 metres away from the building. So if they are set alight, it doesn't spread to the main building as part of that. If there are any skips on site, making sure that there's a lid to that skip and they're actually locked as well. And in terms of any repair work, that's reviewed and prioritised before some holidays. So, for example, if there happens to be a broken window or there's been damage to the roof, that's actually prioritised in that period of time. So the key thing here as well is to make sure there is a business continuity plan in place and it's stored off-site should the worst actually happen.
Of course. Where can schools obtain further information on this important subject, Paul?
Thanks, Ed. Well, we pride ourselves on helping schools to understand the risks that they face and also then helping them to be able to protect themselves from those risks. So we've developed a unique and bespoke website called theriskcurriculum.com. It includes a host of risk insights around the key risks that schools face and also information about how schools can mitigate some of those risks. It also includes a copy of our award-winning School and Academy Design Guide, which customers can download for free, and also includes a risk insight specifically on how to go about protecting your school during the summer holidays, and a pre-holiday checklist, which schools can use as a basis for developing their own checklist.
That's about all the time that we've got left. Just to say that Paul has kindly agreed to be in our forums for the next couple of weeks, following this up with any questions you might have. You'll be able to find him at tes.co.uk/Zurich. So all that remains is for me to say thank you very much to Paul for coming in again. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Ed.
And say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.